Hello everyone, I'm Ankita Asthana and I tell stories through my photographs. I love photographing people, and being in this lockdown away from everyone has been tough. It's been raining constantly in Mumbai, and that's made it even more difficult to step outdoors. But I couldn't stop myself anymore. I'm going to a public ground today where people come down for walks and they also play sports. I'm hoping to capture some action there with this lens, which is the AF-S Nikon 120 to 300 mm f2.8 FL ED SR VR. So when Nikon announced this lens, I was very excited because of the focal range that it offers and the fixed aperture of 2.8, which will be very useful for sports and also for wildlife photographers. So with this lens, you're going to be getting the quality of prime and the versatility of zoom. So I do travel a lot, and the last time I remember, like when I visited Masai Mara, I was carrying about 3 cameras and like 4-5 lenses, and I just laid them around me. And you know, because you never know how close or far you will be from the action that you're going to be capturing. Sometimes the lion was right next to my vehicle and I could not even get his face in frame on the 500 mm that I was carrying. And sometimes it was just a little too far even for the 70-200. Even with so many lenses, I felt the need for a 300 mm kind of a range. So 120-300 sounds perfect for this kind of a scenario. And you can even club it with a 1.4x teleconverter, and you can expand the range to 420 with a single lens and yet get good depth of field. The image quality, looking at all the lens elements, sounds really promising. It has 2 fluoride lens elements to keep the weight in check, and also Arneo coating along with the nano crystal coat to avoid flaring and ghosting even in the center of the lens. That is something that I became a fan of on the Noct 58mm 0.95 lens. You can watch my review on that lens on my channel. I'll probably drop a link down below. It also has a special SR, which is a short wavelength reflective element to help get rid of chromatic aberration. Nikon also released a 180-400 f4 lens in 2018, which is also a brilliant lens. But this lens with a 1.4x teleconverter not only does what that lens offers, but also gives you an option of shooting at f2.8, and it weighs and costs slightly lower than that one. This lens weighs about 3250 grams, and it might help you save weight of your overall gear that you're carrying, because now you'll be probably carrying fewer lenses. The filter size is 112 mm and it has a minimum focusing distance of 2 meters. Here's the VR switch between the normal and the sports mode. VR will help you reduce camera shake and capture sharp images amidst all that action that you're going to be capturing with this lens. It also has this memory recall function, which is very useful, and it's just like other good telephoto lenses. Alright, so I can't wait to test this out and see the results. I have it paired with the Nikon D6 here. I hope it doesn't rain heavily because I'm sure my camera and lens can survive some rain, but this is expensive gear. It's rough and tough, but let's not test its limits today. At least not before I make some photographs. Let's go. That's Paro. She works at an NGO and teaches football and rugby to kids. Through sports, she inspires them to go to school and teaches the importance of education. I think she's doing a fab job. All right. I didn't want to attract a lot of attention here by getting a monopod or a tripod. Oh my god, look how sharp the images are. I can just zoom in and it's all crisp focus. It's raining. I'm glad it's still light rain. Hope it doesn't rain more. And I'm back from the shoot. Let's take a look at some of the photographs. Today while shooting, having constant aperture throughout gave me a lot of flexibility. I shot at various focal lengths without worrying about the aperture. Since it was a dull and cloudy day, having a fixed aperture of f2.8 really helped a lot, and I didn't have to bump up my ISO so much, and I was able to get sharp images at fast shutter speeds. It's a great lens for photographers who shoot in low light. I think while shooting sports, usually you get about 30 to 40% of your photographs without sharp focus because there's so much movement and it's difficult to follow the action. But with this combination of the D6 and 120-300, I was able to nail the focus in more than 80 to 85% of my shots. So very few shots missed overall. I think I love that about the lens. The autofocus is very fast and reliable, and I used it at the AFC mode. I was selecting the focus points myself, but I was able to get a lot of photographs in focus where I want it to be. I didn't use the memory recall, but it's a good function to have, especially in wildlife where you might have a situation like a bird suddenly taking off and the focus going back. It's very useful to get focus back instantly to where you had set it before. I had spoken about the image quality in the beginning of the video, and after seeing the photographs, I stand by everything that I said. I absolutely love the result. All in all, I think it's a good addition to the kit of a sports or a wildlife photographer, and also for enthusiasts who like to travel to unexpected places and may never know what they will photograph next. Instead of a 70-200 plus a 300 or a 400, you can now carry this one lens with a teleconverter and get quite the range of focal length with fast speed. As I was saying earlier in one of my other videos, as a photographer, you have to look for a way to make your kit easy to carry, and this lens is a great way to do that without compromising on the quality of the image. That's all for today, folks. Let me know what you'd like me to review next. Stay safe, stay inspired.